Well, hello. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Totally different airplane here than you probably were expecting, such as the MD-11 that we were going to fly today. It's been a long day. It's been a crazy day. Microsoft servers went down. They totally ruined that whole plan for me. A lot of crazy stuff's been going on. Couldn't get stuff to work. Got some stuff to work. Couldn't get other stuff to work. And then I was almost ready to call it quits. And then I got a little email from a little friend over there at Just Flight and BlackSquare. And the pre-release version of the Commander 114 was in my inbox. And I said, you know what? We need to just go have some fun. Just do some GA flying. Take a look around the airplane, see what's up, see what's new. There's some new stuff to this airplane. It's very good. I mean, every BlackSquare aircraft that drops, I say it every time. I don't know how they can get better, but Nick continues to make each aircraft better as it releases. This one definitely has some new stuff in it that none of the other aircraft have seen yet, such as full state savings, some nose gear shimmy, aircraft vibrations, things like that. We're going to go over the whole slew of those items after we decide where we're going to fly. I don't know where we're going to fly to, so let me just set the vibe here real quick. Showed up at the office this morning, 9 a.m. Full intention to do 2 streams today. I was going to do GA stream in the morning if I had this airplane and I was going to fly it. If not, I was going to fly something else. And then we were going to do our MD-11 flight. Well, I update the bearings. I was going to fly the Baron early. Can't get the Baron to, or I couldn't get Microsoft to launch. So I spent 4 hours messing around trying to get Microsoft to launch. I couldn't tell if it was my computer, if it wasn't my computer. Turns out it's a server issue. So then I was like, okay, let's do X-Plane. I got X-Plane updated, ready to go, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I'm not excited for it. I can't do it. It does not look realistic. It does not look immersive for me. So I said, screw it. I'm going home. On my way home, I stopped at the fishing store. Said hello to my buddies, got some tackle for tomorrow's tournament. And then on the way home, I said, hey, can you start the home PC, see if you can log into Microsoft Flight Simulator? She could. So I was like, dang it, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to the office before I go home, see if it works. Loaded back in. Lo and behold, sim fired right up, and here we are. So I'm not sure where we're going to fly. I kind of want to fly out to Palm Springs. I kind of want to go to Palm Springs. Flagstaff, that's like 5 minutes away, Zach. We can't fly to Flagstaff. That's 5 minutes. I'm thinking we go to Palm Springs. We are in the Commander. So anyway, enough of my pity party. Basically, I just was ready to call it quits today, and then you know what? It was just worked out. Timing worked out perfectly. Commander 114 dropped in my inbox. So let's take a look at it and let's experience it together. I was going to try to run Say Intentions in the background here, but I'm not sure. It has me as an American call sign. I'm not sure how to run Say Intentions VFR, so I might just leave it as is. I'm not going to mess with it. We'll see what happens. But huge shout out to BlackSquare and the Just Flight team for getting ready to drop another absolute banger of an airplane. This one is going to be very special, y'all. Tons of fun stuff coming from BlackSquare too. Tons of upcoming stuff. We're going to hit it all. We'll do a flight plan together because, like I said, I literally haven't planned anything, and that's why I labeled this first look review, because sometimes I like to, most of the time I'd like to get, do a couple flights with the airplane, really get a handle on it, and then go live with it. This is our first flight together, y'all. I haven't even done a takeoff with my yoke yet. That screenshot from the thumbnail was I was flying with the trim because I was in X-Plane. I couldn't get my yoke to connect to the sim, and I had to do a PC restart because it was an X-Plane connection, but I had to make a thumbnail, so I was just flying with the trim wheel. I literally haven't rotated or landed the airplane yet. So it should be, it's going to be a true first look experience. Is the 114 a niche plane? I don't know if it's a niche plane. You guys tell me. I mean, it's a pretty sweet looking airplane. I don't know how many were sold. I mean, niche and compared to like a Piper Arrow or a Baron, probably yes. But the Commander 114 is definitely a very well performing single engine piston. And we are in the turbo normalized one. We are in the turbo normalized Commander today, and we're going to go over what that means here too. This plane wouldn't take off with you and Captain Kimchi in it. No, Trick Aaron, it probably wouldn't. That's why, well, I thought he'd be showing up, so that's why I bought the turbo normalized one this time. T-Tut, what's up, my man? Thanks for the $10 super chat. About time we get some GI on this channel. BlackSquare Goat, thanks for not being overcome with the frustrations earlier and coming back and streaming today. Send leftover tri-tip, please. Well, not going to be any tri-tip tonight. The kids are going to go hungry, T-Tut, because I'm going to spend my time cooking the tri-tip streaming to you. So no tri-tip. Kids are going to have cereal and crackers. Turbo normalized. Yes, it's a turbo normalized Air 114. So, thanks again, Tita. I appreciate you, man. The sounds are pretty freaking awesome because it is obviously Boris Audio Works in conjunction with BlackSquare, and just it's awesome. I did a rejected takeoff. I'm gonna give you a little story, not story, but just a little experience I had. I did a rejected takeoff because I noticed the yoke wasn't working. So I was up to 65 knots ish. Pulled the power to idle. Pum, pum, pum. I was having some backfires, and then I got on the brakes. Boom, 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 boom. Nose wheel shimmy. If anybody's flown a single engine, or just really any light single engine GA, or even some light twins can do it, I guess. But you know that nose wheel shimmy sound. It's got the nose wheel shimmy, and it made me jump. It was pretty cool, and you could see it from the animation from outside. It's got some really cool stuff that we haven't seen in other BlackSquare stuff before. Plus, it has everything that you've seen before, right? I mean, BlackSquare, hands down, is the GOAT of GA simulation in Microsoft. I mean, they just are. They are. I know there's some other really good GA airplanes out there, but for me personally, you can't beat the whole package of a BlackSquare add-on. You just can't. And it's getting even better. We'll talk about, because I know you guys are going to say, well, what about the engine compression and this and that? Yeah, there's some new stuff with that too. So let's go ahead and settle in. Let's figure out where we're going to fly. I guess we'll pre-flight the bird first, and then we'll figure out where we're flying. I did speed the time up a little bit, so it's a little bit more sunset. I'm thinking we try to go out west towards Palm Springs, but it's probably still hot out there too, huh? I don't know. We'll see. We'll take a look at the map and plan it together. BKG, what's up, my man? Thanks for the 36 months. Howdy from the volunteer state. What's going on, man? Hope all is well. Hey, it's a lot better now that we're going live, BKG. A lot better now that you're here with us on live stream, my man. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Thank you for the support. T-Tut, thanks for $2 super chat. Kids run on cereal just fine. Ask me how I know. Amen to that, dude. Amen to that, T-Tut. All right, let me have a sip of my matcha. I even went with a little matcha tonight. You know, to help kind of bring me down. A lot of emotions today, frustrations with the computer. When all technology goes against you, it can be very frustrating, as a lot of you know. So let's put all that behind us and have ourselves a wonderful day. So first and foremost, let me go oop, I don't want to show you the cockpit yet. Let's do a little pre-flight. We'll walk around this bird here. We'll go ahead and we'll pull our chocks. We'll do all the normal stuff here. Let me pull this off there on my second monitor, and we'll take a look here. We'll pull that, take a look at the aileron. Yeah, she's working good. Jiggle the flap sound, very good. What do we got here? Compartment. A little baggage compartment. There's our chocks, wonderful. This is a pretty sweet livery too. There's a couple different liveries. Why is there a 757 on the ramp next to me? That's interesting. Elevator's looking good. Look how the trim tab goes opposite of the elevator. That is so cool. You see that? See how it's above the elevator now? Bring it down, because it's so cool. That's very nice. Very nice animation there. Beautiful model as always. What's this? Oh, courtesy light. Yep, look, courtesy light, I think. How do I turn it off? Uh oh, the courtesy light is on. Hopefully it doesn't burn out the battery. All right, we're coming around this side, taking a look. Anti-servo tab. Thank you, Classic Jet Sim Pilot. Anti-servo tab, indeed. Take a look at our brakes. No trailing link. Are these trailing link gear for real? These are these trailing link gear? Man, you should be able to butter every landing. Come up here where the meat and potatoes are. We got our engine plugs. We'll pull those out of the way. There are 3-bladed heart cell propeller, and there's our landing light right there in the nose. Looking good. Engine oil cap. Make sure that is secured. I think she's ready to hop in. Let's hop into the airplane. I am not on Iveo. I am on. I'm on Santension's T-Tut. If I want to use it as VFR, do I still have to file a flight plan? Or how do I make it work if I want to do it on VFR? Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Everything's been pre-flighted. We'll take a look at all these pages en route, wherever we decide to go. Failures, I did bump it up to 10x. Now, one of the coolest things, we're going to look at the avionics stuff here. I think this airplane has some of the coolest avionics and that we've seen, like retro avionics, and also it has the most advanced state saving we've seen from a BlackSquare aircraft yet. It is still in its infancy, so maybe there might, who knows? But there's more to be expanded upon. But it's very cool. There's 3 levels of state saving. The reason for that being is, let's say you have a particular state save, and then you load in on the runway, or you load in flight. So you want to make sure you're saving certain things, essentially. But if you want everything to be saved, you do all three, which is what we're going to have on for this particular aircraft right here. So that 3 sets of state saving, tons of different avionics options. The newest, the MX-170 RNAV 511. That's the radios, is the MX-170B, and then this is our RNAV 511, which I've never used, but it looks pretty awesome. It's like old school. I don't know. We're going to play with that en route. So, couple of new things with the avionics selection. Fuel and payload, I guess we should figure out where we want to go first. Let's go to Flight Planner. We're here and says, what is all these airplanes doing here? Or is this just say intentions traffic? Just GA airplanes? Wow. Crazy. So let's do a flight plan. Let's say we go to Palm Springs. How far is that going to be? Sedona to Palm Springs. PSP. All right. Now what I want to do is use SkyVector, and I'm going to import SkyVector on here. Well, we could use Navigraph. It tends to bork my sim a little bit. We'll see. Actually, new flight says. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll use this to pick our way, and then we'll go from there. We'll use the Flight Planner app. So there's Prescott. Here is Sedona. So we're going to go Sedona to Drake, the Drake VOR, and we want to end up at Palm Springs. Gosh, I don't want to... I wish I could have en route charts. Yeah, I wish I could have en route charts on the maps on this. Okay, so Sedona to Palm Springs. Find route, add waypoint. We're going to DRK, Drake. All right, so we'll add that. And then I'm going to look on a second option. Or excuse me, I'm going to look on my Google browser. It'll be easier. Drake VOR. And then we're going to go to... Well, that's right over the mountains. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Baghdad MOAs. Go to the Parker VOR. And then that should take us right in. So PKE is what we need. So we'll add waypoint PKE. Parker, add. So Drake, Parker, and then right into Palm Springs. All right. At least that'll give us some information. All right. Let's see how much fuel we want to take. That's going to be roughly, if I look at a nav log, that's going to roughly be 135, 242 miles. So let's get some gas in here. Should we top it off? I don't know how much. I'm not sure they will burn. We won't burn that much. 100 gallons. So that gives us a useful load range of 567. Okay, perfect. So that's 200 and something miles to go there, plus 60 miles for an alternate, 300 miles, and we got 200 miles extra. We got plenty of gas then. So we got 25 gallons aside. We'll load up 2 pilots, and that puts us at a gross weight of 2,500. Max takeoff weight is 31, so we can add, let's add 2 more. Let's add a couple ladies in the back. All right, a couple ladies in the back puts us at 2825. I like it. All right. The density altitude is going to be very hot. Yes, it's going to be very hot. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Let's take out 10 more gallons of fuel. That'll bring us down to 2765. Okay, I like that better. But 400 pounds leeway, and we'll just add, 20 pounds of gear or whatever there may be. All right, we'll call that loaded up. We can put this away, and let's see if we can get the airplane ready to rock and roll. So we're going to hide you. We're going to hide you for now. I'm going to make sure my sim sounds are up. We'll get the aircraft fired up. We'll make our fuel selectors on both. And I can figure my way around. This is a very simple cockpit, I guess you could say. But it's very well done. It's very, very well done. All right, control lock, remove seatbelts, cabin doors, parking brake is not set. There we go. That's why we do checklist. We're going to do our checklist. Circuit breakers. Those are all in. Electrical switches, all off. Avionics master switch is off. That's over here. Alternate static air normal. You are in the normal position. Landing gear lever is down. Alternate air, push off. Push off. Okay, cool. Oxygen pressure, 1500 to 1850 psi. We have plenty of oxygen. We might actually need that. That looks good. Elevator trim. Neutral. That looks good. Rudder trim. Neutral. Right there, rudder trim is neutral. Emergency gear valve handle up. It is in the up position. Throttles closed. Propeller is in high RPM. Mixture full rich. It wants cow. Okay, fine. Mixture full rich. Make sure you're at idle. Full rich. Cow flaps. Ooh, yeah. Cow flaps open? Do we have a cow flap lever? I don't have a cow flap lever. So cow flaps are open. Standby alternator. Off. Air conditioner is in off. CO detector. Test. How do you... Oh, yeah, green. Look at that. All right, CO detector, test. Fuel selector, that's down there on both. It is on both. Beacon light. We'll get you in a second. Standby vacuum, push off. Standby vacuum. Oh, this is really, yeah, standby vacuum system is pushed off. Pitch trim is off. I can see the switch there. Battery, volts, and that. Beautiful. Engine start. We should have a cold start. How do they want us to start this engine? Mixture full rich, prop high open, full open, prime it, greater than 5 gallons, fuel pump off, throttle open, and start with the mixture in full rich. Okay, that's how they started the Commander 114. We'll do that. Once we get through that, we'll take it up from there. So, we're ready to start. That's open. Windows are open. It's hot in here. Should we open the door? Start with the door open? Can we do that? Like the old Piper Arrow days? How do you open the door? Is this the door? Are you latched? You are latched. Why is there a Fokker KLM City Hopper next to me? What is going on? KLM City Hopper. All right. JJ Stevens, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. He says, I'm looking out my window in Albertville, Alabama, and retired 321 Spirit. Oh, man, wish I could see the tail number. You might have been on it. I guarantee if it's a 321 Neo, I flew it because I flew them all, man. Thank you, JJ, for the $5 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. We got prop action, bomb tech, my man. What's going on? We're about to fire it up, baby. We're about to fire it up. Long time no see. Hope all is well. And thank you, Zach, for the 38 months. Got to get more baggage in there for the... What's up, Zach? Thank you for the 38 months support, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's fire this puppy up. Take a listen to the engine sounds. We'll go battery switch is on. We're going to go fuel pump on. That's coming up. Looking for our gallons per hour to come up. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 1,004, 1,000, 5, 1,000. I don't see any gallons per hour moving. Fuel pump off. Oh, we start doing full rich. We'll crack the throttle. This is a cool little animation. Watch this. Click here. Put your keys here. And now, off both. And start. Find that 1,000 RPM. Should run a little bit rough. Bring back that mixture. Oh yeah, get her nice and there we go. That's a clean sounding engine right there. Lean it out a little bit, bring that RPM back down. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the alternator on. We'll get the avionics master switch on. Excellent. She hasn't run in a bit. No, she hasn't, man. She hasn't. Alright, let's do a magic barrel ref. And let's go. Should have had the anti-collision and nav lights on, my bad. Alright, no flaps required for takeoff. We'll take a look at our comm radios here. Let's go back to our flight planner. Drake VOR, that's going to be the first one. And if I go to the Vortac info frequencies, they need to be on 114.1 for nav 1. So which one is that? Cool. 1141. Transfer it over. That should be our Drake VOR. Wow, we don't even have an HSI on this sucker. How are we gonna... Well, this is gonna be interesting, chat. This is gonna be interesting. Alright. How can I figure this sucker out? Okay, RNAV on. VOR DME on. That's nav too. There we go. 1141. Nav 1. Nav 1 radio 14.3. I think I just heard it beeping. It's close to the window. Is there air conditioner in this sucker? I think there is, right? Let's go ahead and go high. Let's take a look at yep. So, cabin, aircraft condenser, aircraft compressor is not running. My voice is very quiet. Well, that's because I'm probably looking away from the mic. I'm trying to read something over there. There we go. It's probably better. Oh, no, you know what? There you go. It was turned down. Oh, you know what? This is running off alternator number 2. Hold on. So the second alternator system is right here. Yes. 100 degrees. Chat, we got air conditioning. We're running the second alternator. Look at that. Compressor's running. We're going to try to cool this puppy down. It's 98 degrees in there. All right, so we're going to try to cool the cabin, but it's you know, it's Sedona in the summertime. I'm going to turn this beepy beepy off. 114.1 is what we're looking for. I thought this, I'm going to have to read up on this on the way over there. We may just have to navigate old school, chat. RNAV, nav. I want low nav 1. Dude, look at this Barrow. Oh my gosh, 29900. Is there an autopilot on this thing? Yeah, autopilot disconnect. Alright. I'm trying to figure out where everything is here before we go. Screw it. What's our heading on departure? We're going to take off and fly. Heading 242. So let's fly heading 242. We'll get airborne. I know we're not picking up Drake right now because we're in the mountains. So we're going to take off. We're going to make a right downwind departure. Go 242. Is there an ATIS here? FSS AWAS, Sedona Airport.
Thunderstorm. Sky clear. Temperature 36, 2.14. Altimeter 3014. Density altitude 8200 feet.
Oh my gosh, 8,000 foot density
Sedona
altitude.
Airport, automated weather observation. 2055 Zulu. Wind variable at 6 gusting 12. Visibility 10. Vicinity thunderstorm.
Really?
Sky clear. Temperature 36, 2.14. Altimeter 3014. Density altitude 8200 feet. Sedona.
Alright, cool. Sedona traffic, November 994 Papa Whiskey, taxi on runway 06. 8,000 foot density altitude. Please. Alright, let's run a little after start checklist here.
Sedona traffic, 5 Yankee Oscar Delta Charlie, left 2 mile final, runway 3. Touch and go. Sedona.
Someone's doing touch and goes on 3? Alright, oil pressure increase within 30 seconds. We've got that. Alternator is on. Ammeter. Verify it did charge up. Yep. Okay, that looks good. Oh, pitch trim. We need that on. Jeez. Engine instruments. Let's take a look. 1,000 RPM. Everything looks good. We're leaned back. We're still warming up that oil temp. Everything else looks good. Check. Lights as required. Avionics on. Storm scope. This is really cool. So we are on. So that's off, on. I'll leave it on for now, and we'll talk about the storm scope. Look at this thing. It's a strike finder. I actually had one of these in my Beech 99 that I was flying freight in. I cannot believe we have a strike finder. I can't wait to see how that works. Micah Trim, or Micah Tri-M, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs here on the channel, man. I appreciate you. Very kind. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. If you pick up a gifted sub from Micah, make sure you shout him out and say thank you. Do apologize, guys. I'm a little bit not on the chat right now, just because I'm trying to make sure we don't, theoretically crash on the way out to Palm Springs this evening. My first flight ever in a Commander, so we're trying to do semi good stuff here. Altimeters. I did Magic Barrel ref them. They are set. Directional gyro set to magnetic. It is. I just synced it up. 140. That checks. Cabin vent heat. We did that. Air conditioning is on. Mixture lean for taxi. It is. Park brake brakes. Nose wheel steering. Run up checklist. We might actually have to do that. So let's head over to the run up pad. So let's get our yokes out. Let's get our brakes released. Let's hold the brakes. Let me see what kind of cam I have available for you guys today.
Sedona traffic, Bonanza 175 Charlie Foxtrot, taxiing Alpha to runway 3.
That sounds like a real guy. That sounds like a real Bonanza pilot.
Sedona traffic, 5 Yankee Oscar Delta Charlie, turning left crosswind, runway 3. Sedona.
Oh, look, there's that other guy taxiing out. Sweet. I think that's our live player right there. All right. I don't see any thunderstorms in the vicinity, so let's go ahead and just turn our storm scope off. Save a little juice. I think I should have wind the time back a little bit. It's going to get a little bit too dark too soon, don't you guys think? I think I went another hour too far ahead. 19, 18. Oh yeah, 7:18. No, we want like 6:18. Yeah, give me 6:18. There we go. 6:18. Atlantic time. Nick from BlackSquare said he's working on improving glass reflections in the analog gauges and would introduce this in the Commander. Sweet, man. Again, this is obviously a pre-release. Look at this. So the absorption, like physics-based tires or whatever, it's awesome. It's great, man. I love taxiing this thing on the ground too. It feels so good. But yeah, we'll take a look at it at night, Helix Heart. But I think by the time we get there, the sun should be setting, so we'll take a look at it. Or if we realize it's going to be too long of a flight, what we'll do is we'll just go land somewhere else, and then we'll fly the naturally aspirated somewhere at night. Alright, so let's go ahead and stop here and set the brake. And run through a run up checklist here. All right. Park brake, flight controls.
Bonanza 175 Charlie Foxtrot, departing 3 will be a westbound departure.
Are you a live player, Bonanza? If that's not a live guy, I don't know who. I mean, that sounds so real. My goodness. All right.
Affirmative, I am the last.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm about to lose my mind. I can't freaking... AI is taking over the world, man. I can't tell what's real, what's not. AJ, thanks for $3 super chat. Watching American 357 Tango 7 take off from 03. Thanks for the super chat, AJ. Appreciate you. There goes the Bonanza. Model match is a little bit off, but the same tensions network is still work in progress. But all right, let's go ahead and continue. Flaps fully cycle, so this is cool. This flap switch, I got to figure out how to bind it so you can hold it down. But this gauge also is really conducive to stiction. So you got to tap on it, make sure it is doing what you want it to do. This is a 3-position flap lever. So you would hold it in the up position, and you basically have infinite number of flap settings, and then you release it into neutral. I'm not sure if I could bind that natively in Microsoft settings yet, but right now I just have it so it goes step by step. All right, but yeah, if you are going to be, you got to tap on that because according to the real commander pilots, this gauge is very conducive to stiction. Elevator trim, neutral, rudder trim, mixture, full rich, and throttle 2000. Okay, so full rich, throttle 2000.
Sedona traffic, Cessna 5 Papa Sierra, taxiing to runway 3, Sedona.
2000 RPM. Check magnetos, we're looking for a 175 drop in each. So here we go. Left. Right, back to both. Close enough for me. Exercise propeller to 300 RPM drop. Ooh, that was quick. That works. Alternate air. Which one's you again? Which one's alternate air?
Sedona traffic, Bonanza 175 Charlie Foxtrot, we're in a left turnout, climbing out of 6,500, departing to the west, left call Sedona.
Sedona traffic, Cessna 5 Papa Sierra, entering runway.
Gyro
takeoff
suction.
remaining in the pattern. Sedona.
Where's my gyro suction gauge? There you are, over there in the corner. You're in the green. Throttle coming to idle. Engine should persist at 600 to 700 RPM. Oh yeah, she does. Come back up here to 1,000. Makes me nervous. Standby vacuum. Cool on. Note increase in suction. And there's the decrease in suction. Oh, because, yeah. Standby vacuum. You see that? Watch the suction gauge here. Boom. Increase, decrease in suction. Cool. Check. Vacuum suction. We did that. Push off. Pitch trim. That is on. Electric trim. Exercise. Beautiful. Heading bug. 30 degrees left. Oh, so this is, well, it's 30 degrees right. And autopilot heading and gauge. Where is that? So heading. Let's watch the yoke. Let's see if it does it. Yep, it does it. It's because my Bruner's fighting it. Okay, so that's how we're going to engage it. Excellent. We know that works. We're going to skip that because of the Bruner force feedback. It will kind of fight it. But it does work. And we'll press. You would test the disconnects. Set takeoff trim. Fuel selector is on both. Windows and doors closed. Altimeters. Autopilot barometer. Chat. It's 300. This thing is so cool, man. 3000 set. Departure altitude. I don't know. Is this in tens of thousands? Let's go to 10,500. We need to go higher than that, though. Let's go to 12. West is even. Thrust set will get mad at us. We're not going even altitudes. Let's go 12.5. 12.5. Vertical C. Oh, set positive vertical speed. So that's this one. Let's do 400 feet per minute. Let's see if it gives us 400 feet per minute. Directional gyro set to magnetic. We already double checked that. Let's check it one more time. That's 200. Excuse me, 21200. We're like 193-ish. That checks. That's close enough for government work. Takeoff heading is set. We're going to make a right downwind departure heading 242. Panel lights are off. Park and brake release. We've done it. Normal takeoff, fuel pumps, mixture, landing lights, air conditioner off. All right, all the things. Try not to suck. Who's ready for our first ever takeoff of the Commander 114? Mr. 88, thank you for the $2 super chat. That was AI who said it was live voice, by the way. I don't think so. Are you messing with me? All right. Air conditioner's coming off, so we're going to turn you off, and we'll turn the second alternator. I guess we'll leave the second alternator on, just in case, right? Standby. It's 72 degrees in here. It's nice and cool. Sedona traffic, Commander 994 Papa Whiskey departing runway 03, right downwind departure, Sedona. All the lights are coming on. Fuel pump's coming on. Mixture set for max power. Windows are closed. Park brakes released. I'm going to have a sip of my matcha, and we're out of here.
Sedona traffic, Cessna 5 Papa Sierra, turning left crosswind, runway 3, Sedona.
All right, Cessna left crosswind. Calm down. Let the big dogs come through here in our Commander. Right departure leg. Yeah, exactly, vodka. Look at that 7.5 model matching. I love it. Never take off with runway behind you. You know how tempting it is to just make the left turn and take off there? Until you go off the end of the runway and the NTSB is like, so, why did you take off from the intersection? Trying to save 30 seconds of time? Totaled your airplane? Ruined the airport perimeter fence? Could have killed yourself? Just like the only two times you have too much fuel is when you're on fire or you're too heavy. Oh, almost had a perfect energy turn there. A little more juice. A lot of suction and sucking happening, I know. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. That's compression. All right. It's getting hot already in here. It was 72 degrees. Let's go. Power set, mixture set. Yogas, I think. Let's go. There's that turbocharger spool one. Fuel flows are coming up. Power set. Airspeed's alive. Right about 66 knots. Rotate. Gotta keep your hands on the throttle on a piston. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. We haven't even talked about the landing gear hydraulic yet. It's crazy good. Little right rudder in there. Chat. What a growl. I'm going to be quiet, just enjoy the sounds here. Let's make a right crosswind departure.
Sedona traffic, November 9er 19er Zulu, Lima departing runway 3, Sedona.
Sedona traffic, Commander 994 Papa Whiskey departing the area, right crosswind. Last call, Sedona. Oh, I'll put my headset on. I think it's left traffic, but we're going to be a little bit non-standard here. I still don't feel like I'm at a safe altitude just quite yet. Another couple hundred feet. Alright, so now let's get our air conditioner back on because it's 93 degrees in here. Air conditioner's coming back on. Gonna trim it out a little bit. Let's bring that prop just a hair off the red line there. Trying to get the trim set just right. Oh, she's trimmed out beautifully. Panel lighting. I don't know if I have a floodlight here somewhere. We'll leave the autopilot off for now. Let's hand fly this. Let's run through a checklist. So, oh, we never turned the fuel pump off. Oh, no, we did. Yeah, fuel pump's on. Cool. Normal takeoff. We did all this. Oh, propeller 2700 RPM, which it was. Gear up, no runway training, we did all that. Autopilot, we're skipping. Max continuous power? Yeah, please. Airspeed 91 knots, throttle full open, prop 2700, that's set. Cow flaps as required. Air conditioning off? Really? How about normal climb? Ah, normal climb is as desired at 25 inches.
Sedona.
Alright, so we're going to come back to 25 inches. We're going to run the air conditioning. So 25 inches, and then 2,500 RPM on the prop. Alright, 2,500 RPM, 25 inch set. Now we can run as desired. Oxygen engine performance monitor looking between 100 and 120 knots. Perfect, we're right there, right about 90-ish knots. This thing hand flies beautiful. Oh, listen to that. I mean, every time Nick outdoes himself. Unbelievable. Alright, let's see. I've never tried this autopilot before. So let's engage heading, vertical speed, because I set it for 400 vertical speed, and heading vertical speed is armed, and it's doing a pretty good job. Now I'm not sure if we're supposed to press Alt or not, but we're going up to 12.5. We'll see if we cross these mountains. Actually, let's come a little bit further right. We're going to aim for the saddle right here. What is this, Granite? Is it Granite Mountain? I used to know the name of this mountain out here. You can hear every cylinder pop, I know. Let me go max volume, but let me turn it down so we have a little bit like this. So we get a little bit more of everything. I love the noise canceling on this thing though. It's great. So right about 100 knots, 400 feet per minute. It's doing wonderful. So quick talk about turbo normalized, between turbo normalized and turbocharged. So this aircraft is turbo normalized, which means instead of getting excessive turbo or excessive manifold pressures in the upper deck, like you would see in the Piper Chieftain or the turbocharged Duke, right? That's actual turbocharge, right? What this turbocharger does is it's going to compress the air to standard pressure, not excessive pressure. So it's just a little bit excessive pressure, like a 44 inches or whatever would be a turbocharged. This is turbo normalized. So you're still getting the performance of the turbocharger, but it's just a little bit different theory on it. Now, when you reach the supercharger critical altitude with this turbo normalized aircraft, that's when we're going to have to start leaning, because once you reach critical altitude, that means the turbo normalized engine can no longer maintain standard 2.9 or 902 pressure, which means it's going to start to drop. And as it starts to drop, you got to start to lean with it, because if you don't, you're going to end up having too much fuel in that fuel-air mixture, and you're going to run a little bit rich, and eventually you're going to run into some problems. So don't lean technically until you reach critical altitude. Now, you can counter argue that. You could say, well, I'm going to lean a little bit for yada yada yada, but we're going to skip the debates today. All right, come a little bit right. Okay, so look, we just started picking up Drake. Let's find a direct to Drake. So nav 2 says about 245 on the heading. Let's see if we can nav track. We're going to nav track 242, hopefully, maybe. No, doesn't appear we're doing that. Chat. Nope. Heading. Back to heading. Whoops. Rusty C, what's up, my man? See, hello V1 crew, been a while since I've got a live flight. All the best. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, back to the left. Doing a little S-turn. We're doing some maneuvers. Doing some maneuvers here. Oh yeah, we're gonna check the engine in the EFB, and we're gonna talk about this too. Ooh, it's cold in here. Well, I guess we go ahead and turn you. Let's just put you in fan mode. How about we just run you in fan mode? Does that sound good? I guess I should have messed with those. Cabin vent. Oh yeah, we'll turn the cabin air on a little bit like that. See that cabin air valve? So nav 1 right here 14-1, 2422 station. Oh, this is nav 1. Oh my gosh, this is...
Sedona traffic, Cessna 5, Papa Sierra, left downwind, runway 3.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me this is going to move the dots. Is this the dot thing that I saw in the Gleim books back in the day? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. So this gauge... Okay. We're gonna turn the noise canceling back on. We're gonna learn another little something here. This is what I've never seen before on sim. I've never seen in real life. I saw it in the Gleim books back in like 2002. All right. So
Sedona traffic, Cessna 5, Papa Sierra, left base, runway 3.
I'm actually gonna switch over to Albuquerque, and then we'll get flight following here in a second. But let's talk about this so you guys understand how we're gonna nav our way to Palm Springs today. You are probably familiar with this gauge, right? So I'm pointing to the station, and if I center the needle, I'm roughly on 245, right? Maybe even 246. Not super precise, but precise enough where you can navigate. If you go right of course, here's your course line. Over here, left of course. All right. The goal of the name of the game is to keep the course line centered, right? You want to be on course. This gauge does exactly what this does, except the needles are digital LED lights. Even more precise. So if I set you to 242, like it says 242, you see how my course is slightly off here on this round gauge? Look at the LEDs. So I could be more precise with this gauge, and I can tell you exactly what radial we need to track. We need to track the 247 radial. So if I select 247, it should be pretty dang centered. Now we go nav track, and you can see the to from. This is the to from flag right here. To from right here. TF. I've never seen that before. That is so cool. So stinking cool. All right. It's just different gauge, different times, right? All right. So now we're nav tracking to the station, and if we go tracking to the station, we're bearing, so let's see. Yeah, this is we're on the 067 bearing, which is the reciprocal, right? +2, -2. So I can't add +2 to 247 because that would be 447. Only Chuck Norris can fly heading 447. There's only 360 degrees in a circle. So I know I got to subtract 2 from this one, add 2 to this one. So it's 067. Look at our bearing, 067. So we're on the 067 bearing from the station at 17.5 miles and decreasing. Freaking cool, man. So cool. Ryan Jensix with $10 super chat says, hoping the flight sim gods are on your side now. Getting ready to start my pilot training here in a few weeks. Headed out to Seattle for the Museum of Flight next week. Good to catch a stream. Ryan Jens, thank you so much, man, for the $10 super chat. Yeah, so far the sim gods are catching back up, man. We are... oh, there's those thunderstorms I was talking about earlier. Get my strike finder on. Thank you, Ryan Jens. I appreciate you, my man. Very kind of you. And will keep us posted on your flight training, man. That's awesome. We like to follow along here. Everybody's doing their flight training. We like to keep along and let us know how it goes, man. All right, we're passing 10-3. This says soft. I wonder if that means it's soft level off. Oh, no, we're going to 12.5. I don't know what soft means. Classic Jet Sim Pilot. What does soft mean over here in this thing? All right, so we're cruising out. Everything's looking good. We're at 10,000. We get the landing lights off. Anti-collision nav can stay off. Fuel pump. Did we miss that in the checklist? Fuel pump on. Max continuous power doesn't call for anything. Normal climb doesn't call for fuel pump. Cruise. Fuel pump off. So we leave it on until cruise. Okay, leave it on until cruise. Normal climb 25 inches, which we're maintaining. Mixture is at max power. Cow flaps as required. So we can take a look at our engine temps. Everything is in the green here. They're open. We'll keep them open as we climb out. We're passing 10,700 for 12.5. Yeah, I think it is Follow Softly, the old S-Tech autopilots, right? So, Believe it or not, I actually had this as well in a Beech 99A model. Was it the S-Tech 30? Is that what this is? Ours, like, hardly ever worked. I also had a strike finder. I haven't seen these gauges ever, or, like, since I flew them in A model 99s in 2010. So, it's been a minute. That's crazy. I want to see if the strike... We're going to have to go find ourselves a thunderstorm. I don't remember the soft setting either. Maybe ours just didn't have it, or maybe the lights were just so shite that they just didn't work. But soft tracked maybe, or like, I'm sure it's in the gauge. We have a 155 page manual with this airplane as well, which we're going to take a look at. Okay, but let's go ahead and get our reciprocal or our track. I'm going to get my next track passing Drake VOR. So after Drake, and then we're going to PKE is what we said, right? So I'm just doing this on SimBrief, or excuse me, not SimBrief. We want to follow the SkyVector. We want to follow the 238 outbound. So we want to track the 238 outbound. You see how the airplane starting to do a little bit of, I saw a little left, there might have just been some turbulence. As we start to get a little left-right oscillation, the best technique is to just go into heading mode, because as you go over the cone of confusion, as you get over the top of the VOR, it gets very sensitive, and the needle's going to start to go left and right, and when the needle starts to go left and right, then you are going to get nauseous, and then if you're in IMC, it's not a good feeling to have, so it's better just go into heading mode, lock in until you pass over the station and then track outbound. So we'll keep an eye on it, but we did say, what I say, 238. So let's set our heading bug to 238 to remind ourselves. So I'm going to put 238 there on the heading bug. That's going to be our turn after Drake. And you know what? No, that's a bad technique. We're going to put our OBS2 on 238. There we go. We're going to put OBS2 on 238 as close as we can get it. So that's straight up 240. Right about there is 238. Now, as we get within, 5 miles or something, we'll just go heading mode. We'll track over the top, and then we'll flip over and go outbound. We should see this light go from 2 to the from, and this flag will go to from flip as well. So 6.6 miles. Let's lock it in heading mode right now. So we'll go heading mode, locked in. We'll watch the cone of confusion as we go over the top of the VOR. And our second frequency for Parker is going to be, I just had it up here, 17.9. So we can get 17.9 in nav 2. 17.9, I'm going to put you in nav 2. I doubt we're going to get it. Yeah, we're not going to. Oh, we are actually getting it right now. Okay, well, we'll leave it in 14.1. But 17.9 we know is coming up. I'll prime up our primary as well. So we're staying ahead of the game. But as we go over the top, you'll see our cone of confusion as we reach 12,000. Hopefully we get out of these clouds. We were supposed to be VFR, chat. I forgot. Totally forgot we're supposed to be VFR. Getting ready to level here at 12.5. Albuquerque Center, November 994, Papa Whiskey, request flight following.
American 357, squawk 4421 and ident.
I need to change the call sign. How do I do that? Sorry, I'm crunching ice on stream. Whoop! Jump scare. Alright, let's fly the airplane first. I gotta say intentions to stop calling me American. How do I do that? Quick settings. Auto detect. Force it to this ICAO. Albuquerque Center, can you change call sign to November 994 Papa Whiskey?
American 357, say again.
Can you change our call sign to November 994 Papa Whiskey? Here comes 12.5, we're leveling. Get ready for the 2 from flip, or 1 mile out.
Queen Air 6 Golf Charlie.
Charlie, contact Salt Lake Center on 133.45. American 357. Say again.
So he's not going to understand. I need to figure out how to get him to stop calling me American 357. All right, let's fly the airplane first, and then we'll get flight following.
Switching to Salt Lake Center on 133.45.
Here comes the to from flip. Let's see. Magic Bear ref update. We didn't quite make it at 12.5. We got close. 12.6. There's a to from flip. All right, so now we want 238, right? So 238. And we're going to do a heading over to the left. We're going to get established on 238, and then we're going to go back into nav mode. Oh, we're back VFR now. Gosh, those outside sounds are throaty. All right, he wants us to squawk too. All right, 238, so that's good. So back to nav, please. Nav engaged. Altitude hold is on. It's going to do just a little bit, probably doing a little bit of a wind correction there for me. A little bit of wind correction. All right, so we're locked in at cruise. Let's go fuel pump off. What does it say for mixture? Lean mixture. Lean of peak or rich of peak? Here we go. This is where everyone's going to start fighting. So what does it want for cruise power settings? Prop 22 to 27. Throttle 15 to 24. All right, let's go 24. Prop is going to be 22 to 27. So about 2300. And then we'll do mixture. We're going to lean find. How do I get over to the lean find? There we go.
November 404, Tango Palmer. Request VFR flight following, please.
Ah, I recognize that voice. Alright, there's our peak. So are we lean of peak today or rich of peak? Let's go lean of peak today since I normally do rich of peak all the time. You guys want it? We'll satisfy Fly Navy. We'll go about lean of peak. We'll leave it right about there. 50 lean of peak. Cabin vent, air conditioning as desired, and engine performance monitor. So that's a quick and dirty lean. We could come back to that. It's actually getting cold in here. Let's go ahead and get a little cabin heat on, or close the vent maybe. Alright, how are we looking at our speed? So we need to rotate this pressure altitude over the temperature. What is the outside temperature? Where is our handy dandy temperature gauge? I know you're around here somewhere. Oh, there you are. It is 10 degrees C outside. Oh, that's pretty chilly. Only 12.5. Alright, 10 C. And we're at 12.5. So we're going to rotate this sucker all the way around. So there's the plus 20. I'm going to zoom in on this one because it's hard to read sometimes. So we're at 12.5. So we need to go 12,500. And we're going to put that under the 10C mark, which is that hashtag right there. So that gives us a true of, what does that say? Of 150-ish. 155, 152. 152 knots, trued out. Looking good. Alright, we're 10 miles out. We're tracking away from the VOR. I can put number 2 online. Let's put Parker up. Let's see what kind of signal we'll get from Parker. See how Parker's signal is still a little bit wobbly, so we'll just leave it be for now. Alright. Why is number 6 so high? Because it's random. No cylinder is the same. No two cylinders are the same. Is it dangerously high? Are you hinting at something? now let's deal with our ATC, and then we're gonna come back to this lean gauge. I gotta remember how to do it. All right, airplane is, yeah, failures are at 10x, by the way. I do have failures at 10x. Oh, we already have an engine failure. We already have some sort of failure happen. Failures at 10x because I figured let's go ahead and experiment with the airplane. All right, what was I gonna do? I can't believe this. I actually like having that on more, and this sound up a little bit more believable. All right, you guys monitor the airplane for a second, and I'm gonna go to my settings for say intentions here, which is not found for some reason. That's not good. Why can't I log into my pilot portal settings? That's not good. Give me a second. Say intentions down? I can't log in. Altitude check? Or just a little bit. Here you go, Bills. Close enough. Magic Barrel Ref reset. There we go. Let's see if we can't.
American 357, verify your squawking 4421, Mo Charlie, and verify altitude.
Hold on. Okay, so AJ, it is down. All right, cool. We'll just have him call us American 357. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Let me satisfy Bill's Mafia's altitude problem here, because he's gonna have an issue with us here if we don't lock it in for him. He's used to flying his twin star fake airplanes, G5000 trainers. Back in the day, man, plus or minus 150 feet. You're doing a good job. All right, lock it in now. Close enough for you? All right. Bill's Mafia is locked in, 12.5, just short of it, just like Josh Allen is of a Super Bowl. Just short. We need to squawk something for these guys. 4421. 4421. American 357, we're squawking 4421.
American 357, safe position and altitude.
Oh, shoot. American 357, we're 20 miles to the west of the Drake VOR. 12,500, request VFR flight following to Palm Springs. Kilo Papa Sierra Papa.
2400 feet, Baghdad altimeter 2983. American 357, you already have flight following.
Okay, cool. Thank you then. All right, so we're locked in. All right. The analog DME, I know, dude.
November 68, Charlie Papa 2000.
Look at this thing. So now let's. I
November
want to
68,
mess with
Charlie
this.
Papa, Phoenix departure, VFR altitudes.
Basically, I think you make waypoints, right?
1 2000, November 68, Charlie Papa.
We're gonna have to deal with that, but I'm gonna show you guys the manual set here for
American
this
357,
aircraft.
contact Albuquerque Center on 127.675.
127.67 American 357. See. Albuquerque Center, American 357, 12,500. I should put an AA logo on this airplane.
Albuquerque Center, Skywest 4077 with you, flight level 290.
All right.
American 357, Albuquerque Center, good evening, Baghdad, altimeter 2983.
All right. Now that we're cruising,
SkyWest 47.
Wait, there's something
good
far
evening,
right of the
sir.
ADF? What are you talking about? Oh, my word.
SkyWest 4077, present position, direct bells.
What in tarnation is this?
SkyWest 4077.
Hold on. A VOR tuner. Is there an ADF we can tune out here?
6211 Albuquerque Center, good evening.
Hold on. There's no ADFs out here, though. Is there?
Albuquerque Center, ABX 105 with you, flight level 200 for 1.
Oh, yeah, Baghdad, Arizona, man. Baghdad, Arizona.
ABX
I've flown
105,
this
roger.
exact route. Hold on, I'm looking on SkyVector if I can find an NDB along our route of flight.
SkyWest 4077, climb and maintain flight level 320, report level.
Ah, I don't see
Flight level
any
320, SkyWest 4077.
NDBs.
SkyWest 4077, descend at
We're gonna
final
be hard-pressed to
discretion,
find an
maintain
NDB.
Flight level 230.
I'll find one and we'll have to mess with it on another stream.
Leaving flight level 290 for flight level 230, SkyWest 4077.
I don't see any along our route. I'll look for one on the next stream. But yeah,
American 8104,
craziness. Hey, look, we got
Los Angeles
USB
Center
charging
on
ports, though.
133.2, so long.
I'm curious what our failure is.
133.2, good evening,
We already have
American
one failure,
8104.
allegedly. Alright, we're 29 miles out. How was our second nav source doing? Still a little bit wobbly. So, let's park it on this beautiful view. I love this view. This reminds me of like the Piper Arrow where you get that just that lump right over the nose, the cowling there. That's the microwave panel for the glove box.
Amflight 1067, roger. Good evening.
Thank you, AJ. Appreciate the $3 super chat. Oh, man. I heard you on that Say Intentions, though. I heard you check on. If you want to notice the altitude unwinding by about 100 feet on takeoff with the positive VSI index push, I noticed the altitude unwind by about 100 feet on takeoff. Oh, the drop in... That's classic Jet Simple. I can explain that. That's realistic, though. I forget there's something about to do with the pressure and the pitot-static system, I believe. We see that temporary drop.
SkyWest 6211, direct Empire.
Let me get this up though, because I want to show you guys this. What we're gonna look at. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in this that we've not seen before.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 4456, climbing flight level 240 for flight level 240.
Southwest 4456.
All right, let me get
Albuquerque
this
Center, roger.
dialed in nice and pretty looking. Okay, so a couple of things we're going to look at on our cruise over there.
SkyWest
Virtual airplane BlackSquare Commander 114. This is going to have some highlights of some stuff that we haven't seen before in the sim. So, and stuff that we haven't seen before in the Commander or the BlackSquare series of airplanes. New full state saving with 220 parameters. This one is going to be huge. A lot of you have been asking about state saving and about more options being saved in state saving. And I saw a snippet that Nick had posted in his blog. He said there's something to do with like LVAR, and then there's another method. And he is moving to another method, which is allowing him to include many more parameters for state saving, which is pretty cool, such as the position of the levers, the electrical switches, etc. So right now, it's up to 220 parameters. So if you want to have consistency across flights, this is going to be a whole nother welcomed addition to our BlackSquare aircraft, because some of the other ones, some of my favorites, the Duke, Turbine Duke, Piston Duke, they have limited state saving, like weight and I think something else. But this is but that's a big one for a lot of you, because I know a lot of you were asking before. Look, there's a 7.5 up there. New airframe vibration, resonance, and engine animations bring the airframe to life. I talked about that a little bit on the intro, and here's what I was really talking about: the nose gear shimmy effect and sound. Anybody who's flown light GA aircraft, you know about the nose gear shimmy And it happened to me on my first rejected takeoff because I didn't have my yoke working properly. So I rejected the takeoff and I got the shimmy, and I immediately knew what was going on because I heard it, but I couldn't believe it. And then I remembered that nose wheel shimmy is modeled. So that is pretty cool, especially when you get heavy on the brakes and you're decelerating. You might trigger that shimmy effect. So keep an eye out for that. Functional exterior elements and control locks, chocks. We've seen that in all of our BlackSquare aircraft. Propane engine preheater for cold starts for those of you that want to fly in the wintertime and in cold climates. Got the preheater. Let's see. Hydraulic landing gear is crazy. If you watch the latest video that BlackSquare just put out, it just put out a video about the systems, and he demonstrates the hydraulic fluid and how the gear, it will move not the same way, and you can disconnect the hydraulic, what are they, hydraulic packs, I believe, instead of pumps, I guess they call them packs, and it's simulated to work correctly, physics based. So it is pretty cool. Definitely take a look at the video that they just put out. He explains it in detail with the EFB open, so you can see the hydraulic fluid moving and the pistons moving and the gear coming up and just free swaying. You know, you could disconnect the packs, I guess, and let the gear free swing and dangle around below the aircraft. You do get 2 aircraft with this one. Most all BlackSquare releases, there's always a couple variants with them. You at least get a couple variances. No different with this one. We get the Commander 114 and the 114 with an aftermarket turbo normalizing package. That's what we are rocking today. And electric air conditioning are both included. So that's what we're flying today. We have the turbo normalized package with the air conditioning, and good thing we did because it was 100 degrees on the ground there in Sedona. 6 distinctive interiors and 10 paint schemes from 5 decades of service. Now this is where it starts to get really cool. Physics-based engine simulation with new sound layers for rough running, fouling, detonation, knocking, and cold idle. This has been something that a lot of you have been asking for, and you've been asking me about it when we were doing some of our early piston. You know, what are the best pistons? We looked at the 414. We looked at the Aerostar. We looked at the Duke, and we were talking about, you know, well, it doesn't have this or doesn't have this. You definitely hear that and can see it now as you run into this physics-based engine simulation. Example I told you, when I rejected the takeoff, backfiring, pum, pum, pum. You heard a little bit of that on we had a pretty rough start, had a little bit too much fuel in there, real hot out there, had to get the mixture back, get the throttle up, kind of clear it out, get the engine running nice and clean. So having that is awesome. It adds a whole nother layer of engine manipulation and management to make it a much more realistic experience than just, you know, turning your engine on. And even if it may be running rough on your gauges, if you don't hear it, how do you know? Because you can't feel it, you're not there. So definitely adds a whole nother layer of immersion. And this is, I always come back to this. I've said it 3 times already. Every time there's a BlackSquare release, I'm like, this is my new favorite BlackSquare airplane. It can't get better than this. It can't get better than this. Then another one releases. I'm like, well, it can't get better than this. And then it can't, like, I'm sitting here thinking, man, I really love the Bonanza. The Bonanza is amazing. I think I like this more than the Bonanza now. I don't know why. It's awesome. Every time they drop an airplane, or Nick drops an airplane, it's just building on the other. It's fantastic. This is the most advanced turbocharger simulation with mixture and new mixture control for realistic leaning. This is another huge one. A lot of you were giving me grief about the leaning and it not, you know, sometimes it's not entirely accurate because of the limitation within the sim. Your fuel flow will go up. That has been changed, and there's new leaning control, realistic leaning, I should say, in the Commander 114. So definitely some more technology incorporated in this release. I'm not sure if we'll see them, you know, backported to the other aircraft like the Bonanza or Baron or anything like that, but it's just good to have that because a lot of you were pointing that out early on, that it was a pet peeve of yours. So depending on, well, let's see, it's already 5 o'clock. I don't think we'll be able to do a naturally aspirated flight, but the next stream we do, we'll use the naturally aspirated. We'll take a look at the leaning procedures. So Ultra custom dynamic registration, we saw that. Here we go. All new unique avionics. This is cool. Add spice to your panel with all new avionics and 15 hot swapping panel options. Instruments are affected by physics, friction, stiction, and can become stuck without engine vibration, requiring a tap on the glass to free them. Gyroscope physics, magnetic compass effects, and VOR ADF signal degradation. That's what we were dealing with on the ground there in Sedona. We couldn't get the VOR signal to Drake. We were behind the mountains, line of sight on the VORs, right? So, gotta have that that simulated. Learn avionics from the eras of the 114. From the era of the 114. This is what I'm going to have to learn. I think we messed with the digital version of this, I think, in the Duke, right? On Tour de Americas, where you make a waypoint and it tells you where you are. Like, you want to be on this radial at that distance, and you mark it or something, and then it'll tell you the range and bearing to that. Is that how that works? We're going to have to read up on that one. I have not seen this panel yet, which is pretty cool. Now this is what I really want to see. We're gonna have to fly into some thunderstorms. The night I decided that I was no longer gonna work for my freight operator and I applied to the airlines, I think I podcasted it. You know, there's 2 times I've been scared in an airplane in my career. One was a wind shear. Well, actually, there's 3 now because I had another nasty wind shear. Like last year, 2 years ago, I think I told that one. A nasty wind shear. 2 nasty wind shears, and when I flew through a dry line in a Beech 99, and I was doing everything I could to just keep the airplane upright. That night, I was flying with a storm scope. And if you're not familiar with a storm scope, what this does, it's not a radar where it's looking out and showing you, you know, layers of precipitation and things of that nature. It's literally looking for lightning strikes. It's a strike finder. And when you see a cluster of strikes, you don't want to fly to the cluster of strikes. So try navigating a dry line at night with a strike finder. Was not good. There was also some errors on my part in my pre-flight preparation. But here we go. Flight-prepared storm scopes are a lightweight alternative to radar that provide bearing and range to lightning strikes so you can avoid severe storms when visibility is limited. A Microsoft first functioning storm scope for Microsoft creates a useful depiction of severe storm activity by combining precipitation data with electrical potential estimates. Displays up to 256 strikes within 100 miles. So here you go. So there's your, your bearing. And then you have your range scaler, 10, 25, 50, 100, right? And you can have it on forward mode, and then you can clear the strikes, and you can see where the strikes are clustering. You want to stay away from that. All right, so this is really cool. Works with weather presets, real-time weather, and all weather injection. We're gonna go thunderstorm hunting. Exactly, Flight Sim School. We're gonna go thunderstorm hunting with this puppy. Surprisingly complex. No aircraft is truly simple because less automation means greater pilot workload. It does. 75 plus random scheduled or performance triggered failures, including engine damage compatible with third-party instructor stations. Electrical systems with 55 circuits, thermal breakers, and voltage-based light dimming, crew oxygen, air conditioning, standby alternator, and standby vacuum valve. Systems visualized. We'll take a look at the visualizer here. Here is the landing gear visualizer. It would have been cool to have that up. I highly encourage you to go check out the BlackSquare video where he was demonstrating this landing gear visualizer and how it works with the packs, and it's crazy. So physics, emergency bypass valve, and simulation-driven sounds. Fully simulated environmental control system with heating, air conditioning, and ventilation. We looked at all that. Cool off things by opening a door or bake in the sun. Absolutely. So that is the basically new features. And then your manual page is right here. We're not going to go through all this right now, but 155 page manual, and it will tell you how to operate everything. Storm scope, chronometer, avionics controls, where are they at? Dimming. Let's see. We're going to have to let's go ahead and see if we can find our avionics controls. Here we go. Bright. Oh, there we go. No, dimming left. We're not quite there yet, I guess. All right, how we doing? Let's take a... Where's our fuel tanks on this thing? Left tank, right tank. We do have both, so we don't have to worry about doing left and right. That's good. Still doing about 152 knots. That's also good. We're tracking on course. We're 64 miles out. Look, this is nice and stable now. Let's center the needle. Give me an idea. What is that? 235? So let's set heading 235, and while we're stable, let's update our gyro compass too. So we are 241. Let's update this sucker here a little bit. Let's go 241. We'll update you because it's drifting. We're going to go to, what heading did we say? About 235. Right about there. Let's flip you into heading mode for a second. Let's flip our nav radio to Parker VOR, which is 17.9. We'll wait for this to populate, and we're going to go ahead and get it dialed in. 237. That seems about right, right? Green dot, to from. Back into nav. Nav mode locked in. We're navving to Parker. We're only 48 miles from the station. If there's not a changeover point, well, that seems where we're going, Chief. S-Tech doing S-Tech things. The S-Tech is doing S-Tech things. Old autopilots, baby. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. Look at that. Just doing. That's why you typically do that in heading mode. That's gonna come back and find itself. That's the S-Tech, baby. That's a feature, not a bug. All right, 74 degrees in the cabin. Beautiful. We're eventually going to lock back in here on our heading. Or excuse me, our track, rather. Now that we're all synced up, we're tracking 2. We're 46 miles from the Parker VOR. Fuel looks good. Engines look good. I wonder... All right, so that's all on. Yeah, panel lighting is on. It's just not quite dim enough yet. Now, what is this fancy shamancy? This is an ILS gauge. Or, yeah. For lack of better words. What is it actually called? I bet it's in the manual. That's a digital ILS gauge. Let me look this up in the manual. I mean, I can figure, I think I know how it works, but I want to see what it's actually called here. It is the ILS 400. I love BlackSquare, man. I freaking love it. So let's take a look at our ILS 400 here. ILS 400 standalone glide slope localizer. I can zoom you in just a little bit. There we go. Power to units controlled via the rotary knob, integrated switches. Pressing the knob will mute or unmute the frequencies, marker, beacon. Traditional glide slope localizer is displayed on the instrument via LEDs. Centermost LED in the diagonal is the valid signal indicator. When flying on instrument landing path, the illuminated bars can act as arrows, telling the pilot which direction to fly, like a traditional localizer without physical needles. And it's basically an ILS, with just like this gauge up here. Basically the same thing, but just for your ILS 400. Freaking awesome, man. Going back in time. Here's engine instrumentation. What was I going to look for? There's the audio, GPS if you want, KLN 90B. Here's our radios, which we figured out how to work them. Our Narco ADF 31. RNAV 511. So this is crazy, man. DME receiver sensitive needle and adjust gauge to 200. S-Tech 60. So that's the S-Tech 60. I think we had S-Tech 30. Is that a thing? So maybe we didn't even have soft. As the aircraft further approaches the desired course, soft will illuminate to indicate a reduction in control loop sensitivities to reduce oscillations while maintaining course. Yeah, we didn't have the S-Tech 60. We had whatever was before that. So that's what that soft light is. More advanced to reduce that oscillation left and right. Absence of approach arming button. Automatically engage approach mode when a valid loc signal is detected. Wow. Up, down can use to adjust the pitch. I do remember messing with those when we're in pitch mode. So, insane. I wanted to find something real quick. We must have had the S-Tech 59 with no soft. Yeah. Palm Springs is 93 miles from the VOR. And we are 37 miles from Palm Springs. So that means we are about 120-ish miles away. We're making good time. Vodka said this is going to be a 2-hour flight. I don't think it'll be a 2-hour flight. Oh, that's beautiful. Is that Havasu up there? Look at that. Can we... Let's do me a favor. Do me a solid. We almost have 300 people here. Smash the like button for BlackSquare. Smash the button for seeing more GA on the channel. Smash the button for amazing desert sunset over, I believe that's Lake Havasu. Stunning. Time for some matcha.
Down to flight level 230, SkyWest 4975. American 357, contact Los Angeles Center on 124.85.
Yeah, I heard you, buddy. 124.85, American 357.
Delta 2154, descend flight level 290 at your discretion. Out of flight level 230.
I'm new. This is fantastic stream. Do you stream often? I do, as much as I can. I haven't been streaming late because of my real-world flying schedule, but I do try to stream as much as I can. Albuquerque Center, American 357, 12,500.
Opposite direction at flight level 350.
American 357, Los Angeles Center. Good evening, Parker Dam. Altimeter 2968.
2968, the man says. Really? Pressure dropping rapidly. Okay, so we got to adjust pitch. Can we... Can I go... vertical speed, what if I go 0?
Southwest 603, continue climb
Vertical
flight
speed
level 400.
up 1 notch. Yeah, look at that, see? We're going to go up 1 notch, and we're going to help Bill's Mafia get back to 12.5 here.
4962, climb flight level 360.
Give it a little bit of power here.
Flight level 350, flight level 360.
Say intention's back open? Alright, AJ, thanks. I'll hop back in there and get him to change my call sign here. A little bit of juice here in the climb.
Southwest 657, climb flight level 280.
Was that a Southwest 357 that just checked on? That's your home at Tipsy Penguin? I used to take my students out here all the time. We do our cross country up there to Lake Havasu. Get some barbecue. Barbecue and meat sweats on the way back to Deer Valley at 120 degrees. We could do a career track. Well, I don't have the proper livery. Alright, stand by for lock in. Lock in altitude right. Do it right on it this time. Now.
SkyWest 3011, climb.
Look at that. Even Bill's Mafia can do that. 12.5, we're locked in. Bring that power back down to 25. Looking good. As the sun gets to set, let me see if I can... You guys like the cockpit view? You want to go outside for a minute? These outside sounds are just so good. Listen to that. The bass is perfect. Turn the radio up a little bit.
Alpha 399, ready to descend and maintain.
I mean...
220.
Is it the best sounding BlackSquare airplane that we have? That's not a turbine? I don't know, chat. I'm blown away every time.
Delta 692, Los Angeles Center. Good evening.
Alright, let me log into Say Intentions portal here, see if I can get my call sign changed.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 858 at flight level 350.
Delta 858, roger. Good evening, sir.
Oh, it's locked into SimBrief. I want to use something else.
Big Stripe 113, Los Angeles Center, roger. Southwest 4689, climb and maintain flight level 240, report level...
What's our aircraft? 123 Alpha Zulu, but the call sign is 994 Papa Whiskey.
Southwest 3877, continue climb, flight level 360.
Climbing to flight level 360, Southwest 3877.
Delta 692, reduce speed to 250.
Okay, I think
Speed 250.
it's going to use our tail number now. 123 Alpha Zulu. That's fine. Albuquerque Center radio check. I don't want to say my call sign. I want to see if he says my call sign.
5x5.
Not you, AJ. I wanted LA Center to call me back. I want to see what he said.
Southwest 603, contact Albuquerque Center on 134.325. Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, I hear you.
There we go. Skyhawk. What, Skyhawk? Why are we a Skyhawk? No, I want to be,
124.325, Southwest 660.
I need to enter call sign.
Southwest 3877, descend and maintain flight level 310.
Leaving for flight level 310, Southwest 3877.
Is it Commander? Is that what you say?
Southwest 3877, continue climb, flight level 360.
Commander. What are we?
Leaving flight level 350 for flight level 360, Southwest 3877.
1, 2, 3.
Southwest 3877, descend and maintain flight level 310, expect lower shortly.
There we go. Let's see that.
Flight level 310, Southwest 3877.
Radio check, Albuquerque Center. Don't say anything, AJ.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, roger, reading you loud and clear.
Why is it calling me Skyhawk still? I'm
Southwest 4689, climb and maintain flight level 280.
use custom call sign. Albuquerque Center Commander 123 Alpha Zulu.
Gibbs 891, climb and maintain flight level 280.
It does the default if it doesn't recognize. Well, yeah, I'm trying to do a custom call sign here.
Alaska 805, climb and maintain flight level 360.
LA Center, can I get a speed check?
Funny, AJ. I want to do that too. LA Center, can I get a speed check?
Delta 858, traffic 11 o'clock, 10 miles, same direction of Boeing 737 at flight level 340. Commander, loud and clear.
Hey, he's got me. All right, we fixed it. All right, cool. Back at it. Let's see. 14 miles from the VOR, so we're doing good. Fuel check is
Negative contact.
good.
Delta 858.
1 active failures. So, engine, clear cylinders, clear plugs, repair starters, all that good stuff.
Climbing flight level 400.
There's our starter. Everything's looking good. There's our feathering accumulator. Electrical.
Delta 2154, contact.
Look at that, holding a perfect 74-degree cabin.
So long.
Ram air's coming in. The wing vents. Ear discomfort. Alternator 2. Air conditioner's off. I love it. I love it. Where was the gear one? I gotta... Is it under electrical? Yeah, right here. So when we lower the gear, we'll have to try to keep this page up and watch how this gear animation works, because it's pretty dang cool. But we're going to fly off into the sunset
Southwest
together.
3582, contact Albuquerque Center on 132.45. Good evening.
I mean, there's so many good spots to sit. Oh, there we go. That's a view. Say Intentions in the house. What's going on? How's it going? Say Intentions. We are doing our first ever Say Intentions VFR stream today with the brand new pre-release Commander. And I was just getting the call sign to use a custom call sign. It's got me call me Commander now. So just got it working, and it's pretty sweet. We are using VFR flight following, which is pretty cool. So if you want to add traffic to your sim while you're flying VFR, realistic comms over the top. This is another leg up that San Intentions has, because it's got the VFR flight following right out of the box. So pretty cool stuff. Albuquerque Center Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. What's the local altimeter setting?
UPS 891, continue climb, flight level 320. Commander Parker, altimeter 2965.
All right, 2965. Look at that. So cool. I love it. I love it. Just like real life, one asks for a speed check, then everyone starts asking. I know. Can't Murph change your call sign for you? Oh, Darth Rust, you know, I didn't think about that. I don't have Murph. I have a Simblitz on today. Simblitz is running the radios for me today. Well, I'm trying to do all the radios today, just because we're single piloting a VFR airplane here. So it's a little bit more immersive to do the radios yourself. Dear Valley, Ford, fond memories, hot fueling my A119 there after dropping patients off in Phoenix on my way back to Fort Mojave. JJ, really? Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I did a lot of flight instructing out of Deer Valley. Justin, you did your solo cross country back there? That's how it looked? Yeah, buddy. That's why, this, for anybody that's in flight training right now, being able to use Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, not have to download sceneries, not have to download terrain, and to just go fly your practice flights that you're going to do, whether you're doing cross countries or whatever it may be, it is such a tool that can help increase your confidence when you get in the real airplane. You'll kind of know what to look for. You'll know what land features to look for. It is very accurate in terms of getting you in the ballpark of what you're gonna see when you do it for real. I mean, I've used the sim when I was flying, first time I ever flew to Ponce, Puerto Rico. I'd never flown in there before, back in my captain days on the bus. And I was like, you know what, I got to fly in there on the freaking sim just to know what I'm looking at, because I'm looking at the approach. You got that curve right there before the turn, or right before the hill. You got that turn right before the hill, kind of like a Kitec that we have at home situation. So, I use it for that. And it's impressive at what you can do with the sim. So I highly encourage y'all that are out there training. It'll help save you money in the long run, too, because if you can go practice your flying, go practice your procedures, even if the airplane is not one-to-one realistic, just getting your procedures down, knowing where to look for things, getting in the flow state of operating the airplane, doing what you're supposed to be doing, and having that practice, it is going to be such a tool, or it is such a tool rather, for you. You should definitely take full advantage of it. Classic Jet Sim Pilot and I, we were just chair flying in a dark room. You sit in a chair and you look at your paper tiger. Either close your eyes and imagine what you're going to do, or you look at your paper tiger and you touch buttons, or you touch the paper where the buttons are. What failure do we have active on the plane, Coots? I actually don't know, so I'm going to keep it as a secret. I don't want to find out. We'll see if we find out on our own. I am running my failures at 10x rate. So we're running the failures at 10x right now. We're keeping an eye out. We did a full run up and everything. Oh, I wanted to go over real quick my lean find.
United 2403, traffic 12 o'clock and 8 miles.
I was pretty good at it. All right, lean of peak. As the name suggests, means the engine, operating engine at mixture settings leaner than peak EGT, results in significantly lower fuel consumption and extended range. Also known as leaning for best economy, and can decrease fuel consumption by as much as 30% from peak values for only a 5 to 10% loss in airspeed. After completing the pre-planned procedure, pre-leaning above, continue leaning until one begins flashing. All right, so I got to go back up.
4689, climb and maintain flight level 360.
All right, lean fine mode. Tapping the lean fine while the lean fine mode. Let's I love this view right now. All right, lean find. But I think we're already lean though.
Frontier flight 2564, good evening, sir.
We want lean and rich peak. To select lean a peak, holding both control buttons for 3 seconds. This is the only time this can be toggled.
Proceed direct Boeing.
Direct Boeing, Frontier Flight 2564.
How do I push both of them down, though? I guess we're going to have to lean reach a peak.
Delta 692, contact Albuquerque Center on 132.45.
Switching to 132.45, Delta 692.
Because you can't hold both buttons at the same time. Well, that's interesting. I didn't do the pre-leaning. I didn't do a proper pre-lean.
Foxtrot India, November 2, Roger.
All right, leanest. Okay. Begins flashing. Leaning which peak? This means that the peak EG, the first sign of peak detected. The left side data display 1 degrees. Blah 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 blah. Pressing lean 5 levels.
Big Shark 113, continue descent 17,000.
So we need to go plus 50 or minus 50, which would be cool, right?
Southwest 997, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Well, it is running a lot. There's a lot more mixture in there now. 48, 49. Essentially, it's almost, that's crazy how much more, that's how much more fuel did we just dump in there? Well, we are going to burn more fuel.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 420, out of flight
Let's
level
do like
30
40.
climbing.
Let's come back a little bit.
Delta 420, Los Angeles Center, Roger.
See my fuel flow going down a little bit too. Let's do 40. Okay, then what? Then I think we're done. Oh yeah, there's the click spot in between.
Shark 113, descend,
Alright,
maintain
doesn't matter.
14,000, expect lower shortly.
Lean a peak. Ooh, buddy.
Foxtrot India, November 2, descend pilot's discretion, flight level 340.
Sending flight level 340, Foxtrot India, November 2.
Because I touched it. We'll split the difference. I mean, we'll just lean for fuel flow.
Pilot reported flight level 360 if you have it.
Alright, there's, that's good. That's close enough. 10.5 gallons per hour. Did we get any more speed out of that? A little bit. Yeah, we actually did. We got an extra couple knots. Alright, we're 13.6. We're passing the VOR. Oh, wow.
Continue climb, flight level 360.
We're in no man's mode here. Hold on. We need to go to our next fix, chat. We need to be on the 245 outbound. So let's set 245. And we are right, of course. So heading mode. We need to come right. So you can see how this digital gauge is matching the analog gauge. So let's come right of let's come about heading 250. See if we can intercept our course line.
Roger.
Oh wow, look at this, so beautiful, man. Desert sunsets, so nice. I clicked it. I accidentally did the push to test light right there. Push to test. All right, so we got to come back to it. Let's come back. How long will we fly past our
Southwest 997,
good little while, huh?
flight level 320.
We need to get back on it because that's the only way we're going to find where we're going. We need to join the 245. Highest terrain. Ooh. You know what? I don't like coming up that valley.
Delta 2686.
I tell you what, I'm going to make an amendment to our flight. We're going to fly a different radial. We're going to fly the 225 to an intersection on the ground, and we're going to nav it from there.
Scandinavian 932, roger.
We're going to come back to the left because I don't like flying over the peak of the mountains. We're going to do a little bit of VFR flying in this. Well, we are flying VFR. We're going to do a little bit of a dead reckoning. So 225, what 225 is going to do, and I'm going to show you here on the map. We're going to come back to the left. Essentially, Palm Springs is pretty much up here in this, right before this mountain. And there's high terrain. I want to bombing in there. So we're going to intercept the 225, which is going to take us out to basically, what is the Banning Pass? The Banning Pass. And then we'll be able to fly up the pass to Palm Springs. So I'm going to come about 220, or let's see, let's go 210. Let me show you here on the map where we are. We got a little bit distracted. So, yeah, we're going to come this way. Can I do VFR? Satellite, maybe? Is that better? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Not really. You can't see the terrain. Let's just go terrain highlight. So yeah, we're gonna fly pretty much over here, and then we'll go up the pass. This is the Salton Sea. It's actually, what is it, 50 feet below sea level? So we're gonna fly this direction, and then we're gonna come up the pass to Palm Springs. This is Banning Pass right here. Banning Pass right here. So I'm gonna come a little bit more left and get on that course. You can see the LEDs are going down. That means we're getting close to our course line. That's matching this.
American 1614, roger.
There's the contrail flight of the flight that V1 called out for. I know, I did see that up there a second ago. He was marking. There's another one. Yeah, called out. Oh, you know what we did do? We left our cow flaps wide open. Could probably close them a little bit, right? And do cow flaps half.
Contact Albuquerque Center on 134.325. Good evening. Albuquerque Center.
Let's get on our course here.
Good evening. American
I
3203.
want to see how my flight planning is. And there should be Blythe. I mean, look at the desert. The desert sunsets are just amazing, man. Always looking for a landing spot. So if you're a real world pilot right now, you're like, okay, if my engine quit right now, especially single engine guys, where am I going? Where am I going right now? I believe, is that Blythe right there? I think that is Blythe. That's where I'm headed. And I believe this is the road we're aiming for. There's the Salton Sea out there. You can see it. Here comes our 225 radial. I'm going to wait till it gets about a dot out, and then we'll re-engage nav mode.
American 1614, slow to Mach 0.76.
There's a 200-foot tall flagpole in the town of south of Salton Sea. The tip of the flagpole is 0 altitude. That's crazy. It's 200 feet below sea level, really? Yeah, it's even lower than that, I thought. Yeah, I knew it was below sea level. Alright, so let's go ahead and engage nav mode now. So we're 1 dot off, almost centered. Should engage it. I want her to go right, not just left and right. Let's see if we can time it up. About 3 seconds too early. See, you had that little dip left, dip right? That's alright. We caught it. We're back to the right. We're on the radial that we want to be on now. And that is going to take us out here up towards the Banning Pass. If we had 2 engines, no issue going over these mountains at night. But single engine, at night, in terrain, count me out, Chief. Count me out. This makes me want to take a couple weeks off and head west in the Sierra. See this for real? I know, classic jet sim pilot, right? Come on down to Texas, man. It's definitely hot flight sim guy, yeah. Yeah. Bill's Mafia, I always love when my CFI randomly pull the throttle. JJ, what's up, man? Do you drink coffee about this time of day? I have a cup in the morning, about 5. Love my coffee. Dude, I can drink coffee any time of day, man. Being an airline pilot, sometimes I'm drinking Cuban espresso at 10 p.m. because I'm getting ready to fly to Guatemala City out of Miami. Questioning my life choices. I drink coffee all times a day. But, you know, my wife did get me onto matcha. You know, I was like, I don't need no stinking green drinks. But I actually tried hers one day. And, you know, when I'm just having like there's caffeine in matcha. But when I don't want, you know, I don't need a shot of energy. I just kind of want to, maybe I'm doing some edits or I don't know, messing around on just trying to, you know, not fall asleep, but I don't need to get hyphy. Matcha, man, it seems like a much smoother caffeine bump. So I've been doing those. Like I did a nice little matcha right now for these chill streams. You know, if I was flying the Learjet, we would be drinking espresso. Flying the Commander 114, we're having a matcha. Benny, what's up, man? Thank you for the 67 months of support. My goodness, Benny. 67 months. Appreciate you, brother. Says, Captain, long time no see. Happy to see you. Hey, man, happy to see you, too. This was kind of a off-the-cuff stream, man. It was, we were supposed to do MD-11 today. I had issues with Microsoft. Microsoft was having issues. I almost rage quit. And then I said, we got to do a first look stream. I do, you know, I don't know if you guys like the first look stuff. This is the, what is that? The solar array. Man, you fly over this in the middle of the day. It's blinding. And I guess it stinks really bad because all the birds fly over it. They die, and because they get disoriented, and they pay people to just go there and pick up dead carcasses. But that's what this is, a big solar array here. And in the middle of the day, it's super bright. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I do, I mean, I don't know. I kind of apologize if you don't like first look stuff. I typically don't do first look. Like, I do, you know, 1 or 2 flights, learn my way around. That way I feel like it's a better product, if you will, that I put out on stream. But sometimes I'm just so excited to do something, I jump in, I say we're going to do a first look flight. That's what this is. So yeah, there's some stuff I don't know. Like, I don't know how to get that RNAV working. I want to read up on a couple other things on the airplane. But I still want to have a decent enough flight where we're not just sitting on the ground for an hour trying to figure out how to turn it on. But, so sometimes these first look streams get a little bit hit or miss with the chat interaction and stuff, but does she get the boba balls? Oh yeah, JJ. You know, the boba tea. I've had boba tea. I actually was I was into it for a little while. Man, I haven't had one in probably a year, JJ. It is weird though. The boba is a little strange. Bird Murderer Solar Array. Yep, that's it right there. Blinding. When the sun hits it just right, it's literally blinding. You can see it for hundreds of miles. Hundreds. There's another one up there by Vegas, too. But yeah, to my understanding, there's these crews that go out there and they're just constantly cleaning up dead carcasses. And the one in Vegas, they're shutting down because I think it was like doing what with salt or something. But I guess they're shutting it down because the residents that lived closest to it, they're like just the complaints of everything going on and the smell, the stench from the carcasses. I think it's just a wasted glass now out in the middle of the desert. All right, so here's our highway. Now we're just going VFR now. We're not going to follow any charts, but look at that. I said we go to a highway junction. I'm using SkyVector. I guess I can show you on a second monitor if you want to see it real quick. It's kind of cool that it works out like this and talk about. Keep an eye on that junction down there right off the nose. And I'm going to show you this. So all I did is I drew a radial here. I said, bring me right here to this junction. What is that, Highway 10? So now I see Highway 10. So we're just going to follow the road now. We're going to follow the road up to Palm Springs. So we'll just go into heading mode and we'll call it good. All roads lead to home now. Does this have this plane have a turbo on it? Yes. This particular aircraft, we are flying the...
30 hippie out here.
We are flying the turbo normalized Commander today, yes. Yes, we're on the turbo normalized one. I'm going to go ahead and put us in a heading mode now. so I could navigate from outside view if I want to. I like watching you try and figure it out. When you prepare and practice everything ahead of time, it feels like it has a slight fakeness to it. I can see that. Little right turn here. Probably should start our descent here. Look at the antennas vibrating. Look at that. That's a first. Let that air. You can see the antennas are slightly shaking in the wind. Do you guys see that? That is cool. Here's our cowl flaps. You can see they're half, just barely. I don't know if you can see it. They're just barely cracked open. All right. How similar is something? How similar is this something to like a 170 period 28 that I could use help me with IFR? Bill's Mafia, the best thing for you is to fly something that's got the same style panel, because that's going to help you in IFR. But this is very similar to PA-28. Now, Just Flight does have the arrows, the Piper arrows, Bill's Mafia. So if you want to, but I don't know if it's the same panel that you're going to have or not. But the Piper arrows are good from Just Flight as well. Now, they're not BlackSquare, obviously, but they are good. We've done a couple streams. That's Blythe, I believe, right there. There's Blythe. There's the airport. But honestly, this kind of feels like, well, the turbocharged one, I feel like got a little bit more power. I don't know. This does, to me, feel very much like an arrow. My Piper arrows that I've trained on, we had this 6-pack. We did not have this with the Storm Scope. We had this and this and 2 of these. So, you know, it's very similar panel. But if you're flying IFR, if you're training for IFR, try to get something that has the closest panel that you're going to be using, and then something with similar performance. If you can get something with the same performance, that'd be great, obviously. But it's going to fly either 6-pack or G1000. I would honestly, Bill's Mafia, this is probably, because I'm trying to think between this and the Bonanza, but I think this would be a little bit closer to the Arrow. If you didn't want to go with the Just Flight Arrow route, you could go with this one for sure, and you're going to get a little bit more you're going to get a little bit more accuracy or a little bit more detail in some of the additional systems. All right, I guess we'll start trickling down. So I'm going to set 6,500, and let's set a vertical speed of 400. Oh, that's positive? No, that's negative value, right? Is it a positive? Nope. Negative is red. There we go. S-Tech 69. Back in my day. Flying the 10 interstate. Yep. I've done this flight dozens, if not hundreds of times, coming from Deer Valley, Palm Springs through the Banning Pass. Pulse ox. You want to see the pulse ox? Right now we are 87. That's kind of low, right? That's kind of low. 87. We're coming down. Do I know the price? Let me check my email. Well, if it's... Where's the oxygen? I know there's oxygen in here. Let's turn on our cannulas. Oxygen system on. It's coming up. We need more O2. Getting a little bit loopy.
Flight level 250, American 1614.
Getting a little bit loopy. Let me check my email for the price. I think I also have a release date I could give you. Planned release day is Wednesday, the 29th of July. And pass these documents on, so I will. If you guys want to get started, pin this link right here. Here is your manual.
We picked up some light chalk about 20 miles back.
And if you want the features document that we breezed through a little bit, you could have those two links and download the PDF and start reading if you would like. But I don't have any pricing information that I can share with you. I mean, I would take a look at, you know, what has been the pricing from Nick before, right? It's probably something similar. Albuquerque, Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. How far are we from Palm Springs?
Polaris 713, climb and maintain flight level 360, report level. Commander, Palm Springs, 40 miles east.
All right, about 40 miles out. We're trickling down. Let me get my descent checklist up on my iPad.
Climbing flight level 360, Polaris 713.
United 2282, when able, proceed.
Cow flaps closed, throttle reduced, mixture enriching, performance monitor, which we'll do all those things. Guess we can start closing those up so we don't shock cool the cows or the engine.
Climb flight level 320.
Alright, we're trickling down. 6.5, getting ready to go through 10,000 feet. Turn the landing light on. Just for cool factor.
United 679, climb and maintain flight level 320, report level.
Palm Springs should be somewhere up here. Tom Pasco, my man, says, holy smokes, I can finally catch a live stream, and it's a BlackSquare GA. I can never pass these up. Hope life is well. Tom Pasco, welcome on board, my man. Welcome on board. Thank you so much for the 74 months of support. My goodness, dude. Appreciate you.
Ups 903, roger. Good evening, sir. United 679, continue descent flight level 240.
Down to flight level 240, United 679.
Iranian 7087, climb and maintain flight level 280, report level.
Up to flight level 280, Air Union 7087.
Sorry, I just found out that we need a new compressor for our septic system, but we have no cracked leaks or cracked lines or leaks, which is good. All right, this view right here with the sun setting over the glare shield. Say it, real life chat.
Palm Springs Tower on 119.7.
Ooh, that's us. Contact Palm Springs Tower 119.7. Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. Let's see what kind of are we? I feel like we're too high. Where's the airport? Palm Springs Tower, Commander 123 Alpha Zulu, about 30 miles west, or correction, east, inbound for full stop.
Commander 123 Alpha Zulu, Palm Springs Tower, enter left base for runway 31 right.
Enter left base for 31 right, Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. Surely there's not an approach for this airport we could test our fancy ILS. Is there? There's no ILS. Dang it. It's a VOR Bravo. That's 16.2 thermal. Let's throw that in for some ref. Let's go 16.2.
United 9588, contact departure.
departure for United 9588.
7 miles from that VOR. So we're going to track the 292 outbound is what we want to do. So I'm going to set this to 292. And let's go to the... He said enter left base. Now, I can't see the airport. I have a feeling... Is that the airport up there? I think... Is that it up there? Surely. Yeah. I think it is. I think it is. We're going to just dabble our way around here. We're going to dabble our way down. We're in smooth air, so we are keeping our power set here, but I'm actually going to start bringing it back now. Let's go ahead and start bringing our manifold pressure back. Let's go ahead and turn our noise canceling off. Let's get ready for our approach and landing. Man, this particular, well, I say this particular one, but absolutely nailed it with the noise canceling headphones on this one. We flew that whole flight, it just sounded so natural. Did you say left base? The 3-1 right, huh? Yeah. Well, left base. Wouldn't that be a problem? I think it would be right base.
Palm Springs Tower, roger.
Alright, let's turn the autopilot off. And sand fly. My aircraft.
Tower, SkyWest 2977, short of 31 left, ready.
SkyWest 2977, winds 160 at 10.
Alright, descent count for approach seats, oxygen secure. Oh, oxygen needs to come off. Oh, jeez, I can't read and
SkyWest 2977.
fly at the same time, apparently. Oxygen system will turn you off. Oxygen system off.
Frontier Flight 4250,
Right, air conditioning, cow flaps, and mixture. I think that's it up there, actually. Yeah, up here.
Tower, Bonanza 5, Charlie Foxtrot on left base 318.
Cessna 478, cross runway 31 right.
We're going to follow the road and join a right base. Oh, classic Jet Sim pilot. They processed me being west of the airport because I said two things at once. You're right. I bet you that's what happened. We're going to slightly enrich it as we descend. This is my first ever landing in this too, by the way. Hold it against me here. I wonder if I should turn state saving off so we can do the replay. Should we do replay? Yeah, let's do replay.
Palm Springs Tower,
I can't see anything. You guys have control. I still can't see anything. I'm not going to touch anything.
2615, Palm Springs Tower, roger.
I'm trying to load my replay tool. Can't see anything. Can't see anything. Okay, come back. Alright, recording is ready.
15, runway 31 left, wind 160 at 10, clear to land.
Is this AI? It sounds like it's a mix of AI and real life. I heard AJ check on, and I think there's another guy in a Bonanza that's a real pilot as well. That, to me, is what Say Intentions has over and has caused me to prefer it over Beyond ATC, is the fact that we can have live players and traffic talking to the same AI controllers and we can hear and see each other. It's essentially VATSIM with AI controllers. This is pretty much what it is. So, I think that is the coolest thing. Are we sure AJ is not AI? We're not entirely sure yet. We do have one failure thrust set, but I don't know what it is, so we're just gonna figure it out. Let's turn the cabin vents on, heat's off. It's hot down here. I guess we can run the air conditioning a little bit. 2970 Magic Barrel ref update.
Tower, Cessna 478, short of 31 right, ready.
I'm gonna start slowing up. Let's pull some more power off.
160 at 10,
22. Let's go
runway 31 right,
17
clear for
inches
takeoff.
here. Prop up a little bit.
Rolling 31
Mixture
right,
up a
Cessna
little bit.
478.
So it's AI and multiplayer, correct? Correct. I've had some really cool moments with the AI and multiplayer. For instance, the last L1011 flight we did, we were getting vectored to ILS in Kansas City, and Jeff Faviano was in a Skyhawk, and he tuned in, and he was joining for approach on the other runway. We could hear each other, we could see each other. It was really cool. This particular flight, we've had a couple of live players join us as well, AJ Funari, and then there was someone else in a Bonanza.
50 contact ground on 121.9.
So it's that to me is the ultimate, because you're increasing the traffic tenfold, right? You know, real live traffic flow. The skies are alive, the comms are alive, and it's not just AI. You can fly with your buddies, you see other players, so you can even do group flights if you just want to have, isolated to not public server. You have launch groupie.
Turning right base, runway 31 right.
So that's Tango Uniform. That's AJ. He's a live player. He's turning right base for 31 right. But I think that is to me, that is groundbreaking, and no one has done that, and I think that's the coolest thing, man. Oh, we need to slow down here. Do we have to stage cool this? Probably should have.
The last 31 right. November 404, taking form.
Alright, so there's the airport. They want us on a right base. I kind of want to join final. Out here, we'll S-turn our way around. Palm Springs Tower, Commander 123 Alpha Zulu, turning a right base, 31 right.
Commander, continue. Winds 150 at 9er, runway 31 right, cleared to land.
31 right, clear to land, Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. That's the gear horn. Listen to that. Sounds like a cell phone going off. Oh, I freaking love it. What's the gear speed in this thing? Let's find out together. Watch the animation here.
752, winds 130 at 9er, runway 31 left, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, 31 left, Alaska 752.
It's so good, man. All right, let me get replay on. Recording is up. Flaps 10. Mixture's up, props up.
121.9er.
We're cleared to land.
Switching to ground, Allegiant 2615.
Flaps 20. What kind of S-turn in here? 25. I can actually see the other guy rolling out over there.
Palm Springs traffic, clear, runway 31 right.
Flaps 35, full down. Gump check, gas. Undercarriage, mixtures, props. We're clear to land, runway's in sight. Cutting it in nice and tight like a true GA pilot would here. Ooh, a little bit of some wind coming off the mountain there. Corporate jet down there on the left, we're getting ready to blast off. Probably a V1 executive charter. All right, here we go. My first ever landing in the Commander. Oh my gosh, I ballooned it. And I plopped it. A little bit of a tailwind. Let's see if I can get the... Look, look, look. Did you see that shimmy?
Palm Springs, contact ground on 121.9er.
Look at that. Oh, that is so cool. Over to ground 121.9, Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. Trailing link to the rescue. I think I just need a little more practice on that. Gotta get my sight picture set up. That's all right. But here we are. There's the World War II Museum. Over to ground. We're going to Atlantic. Palm Springs ground. Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. Clear 31 right. Taxi to Atlantic.
Commander 123 Alpha Zulu, Palm Springs ground, taxi to Atlantic Aviation via Hotel Echo. Good day.
Hotel Echo to Atlantic. Commander 123 Alpha Zulu. Good day. Chat. We did it. Our first flight, man. Look at that alley giant over there getting ready to blast off. I need to ask Nick if the commander... Does this yoke... See how I have it hanging forward? I imagine it does. Will it droop forward at idle? I bet you it does. Surely it does. Landed with a little bit of a tailwind. That would have kind of explained that loop-de-doopy situation. Oh yeah, we got air conditioning. Classic Jet Sim pilot. This is no Skyhawk. We got air conditioning in this bad boy. Although, I think it was supposed to be off. I think it was supposed to be off for landing. We do have a... I want to see what... Should we see what our failure was? Or should we just let it continue to pile up until our next flight? Do we want to see what it was, or do we want to see if we can find it by our next flight when we do another stream? We might scratch the MD-11 tomorrow and just do this again. 9 knots on the tail. Yeah, bounced it hard. You bounced hard, AJ? Yeah, because I pulled the power and I'm just like, oh yeah, we're sinking. But then, yeah, I just didn't have enough juice. Kind of got that little mid elevator status there. It's not, you know, it's not a T-tail, and it's not traditional. Kind of a sweet looking little airplane, isn't it? I think it's my new favorite. Got to work on the model matching there. I'm not sure what we got. AJ is a 737. Yeah, the replay will probably mess with it. You're right. Well, what I'm gonna do, I have an idea. Let's test something. I have an idea. I'm gonna park where AJ was. Actually, screw this. We're a turbo commander. We park up front. The Atlantic boys can come out and tow our plane to the hangar for the overnight. We're parking out front, Chad. Excuse me. Turbo commander coming through.
Ground Alaska 752, taxi to the ramp. Alaska 752.
See that physics-based? Look at the struts. See how it's rocking on that? I mean, it's just every one of these gets better, and I think the trailing link gear. Watch this. You really feel like you're steering a light GA airplane on the ground, but you feel the mass of the airplane. It's not just, you know, twitchy light. It's actually got some weight and stuff going on. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try something here. Let's do this. Let's first let's see what it is. Oh, the baggage light. All right, we'll leave it failed for now. Let's turn state saving off. You know what? No, screw it. Let's watch the replay and then shut it down. No, that won't work either, huh? Screw it. Let's just see what happens. We'll figure it out. We're testing. We are literally beta testers. So let's see what happens if you shut her down. Instrument lights can come off. Nav lights, anti-collision lights can stay off. So shutdown checklist. Let's shut off the air conditioner. That's coming off. We'll put you into low. We'll turn off the standby. Open the cowl flaps. Vents are off. I think you're actually... Oh, no, the heater, I think you have to let it cool off. Electric pitch trim can come off. Let's go... We're 1,000 RPM. And avionics can come off. Cut you off. Idle. Mags. Off. And battery alternator switch. She's down. Alright, so let's see what happens. If we don't do anything, what happens if I go to replay mode? Let's see what happens. Let's disconnect from Say Intentions. Shout out Say Intentions. First VFR flight ever. Oh, is this guy going around? Look at this guy. Someone coming in here in their FSS E-Jet. He looks way too hot. That dude looks way too hot. Where'd he go? Oh, jeez. You can hear the engine ticking. I love it. All right, let's see what happens. Say Intentions. Thank you for their first VFR flight, completely without a hitch, other than my issue. I had us hard locked on an American call sign, but I fixed it. We got it rocking and rolling. That was a ton of fun. That was the most realistic background and environmental VFR flight we've ever done on the channel because of Say Intentions. Because we had the GA traffic, we had live player GA traffic flying with us, and we also had all the tube liner traffic. So, I mean, that is pretty dang cool if you ask me. All right, so state saving. I'm going to try this with state saving on. What I was thinking is I was going to turn state saving off, do the replay. But here's what I think you need to do. If you're using Flight Recorder, I think you need to go all the way to shutdown with the recording on. That way, when you stop the recording, your airplane is shut down. Because I stopped my recording when we were taxiing in. So when I stop the recording, I just go back to live flight. So the trick is going to be, I can tell you right now, that's what you want to do. You want to keep your flight recorder going until shutdown is probably the best way to do it. All right, replays up. Let's see what happens. Let me get the mixture in there. Let's turn these on. Let's turn everything on for the airplane. Oh, look at this. A blue hour turning final. Aviation Blaze, thanks for the 40 months of support, my man. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Look at that. A Home Depot. Freaking Home Depot on final. Love it. Listen to that rumble. Goodness. Would you recommend Say Intentions for VFR practice? That was the one thing I've always struggled with is comms. I got some feedback when I got my private regarding this, but it still passed. Heck yeah, man. I absolutely would recommend it. Absolutely. And this is career track authorized, McOatmeal. Oh, that's that tailwind. Oh, see. Oh, our mags are off. Shoot. Hold on. Hold on. Our mags are off. Hold on. Resume. Uh-oh. There we go. Now we got engine sounds. Now we got proper engine sounds. I don't know if this is default Palm Springs, to be honest with you. I really don't know. It might be any builds. Yeah, I think it's any builds. Did I just flare too early? Oh, it was almost perfect. A little bit too much flare. Oh, trailing link gear saved us. Trailing link gear saved us. Let's go back to... Watch this. We're going to do this. And we're going to go like so. Oh. I mean, just a little bit of a balloon and a hop. 9-knot tailwind will do that to you, though. 9-knot tailwind, for sure. Just got a little bit. Like, it doesn't want to float. You notice that? How fast we came down there? I was like, oh, crap. But I was a little bit too hot, too. A little bit too hot. Overall, though, pretty good. So close. Almost a CJ Sim pilot landing. Almost. Maybe next time. All right. I'm going to wind it back. Enjoy the approach into Palm Springs. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon, this evening. I know it wasn't the MD-11. We may do MD-11 tomorrow, or we may do more GA tomorrow. I'm not sure, because I was supposed to do GA today and MD-11 and take tomorrow off, but now I got to figure out what we're going to do. We shall see. I'm going to head out of here. I might have enough time to smoke that tri-tip, actually. It's 6:13 to get home at 6:30, 5:40. Ooh, buddy, you might have enough time to do a tri-tip tonight after all. So, huge shout-out. Nick Saginski, BlackSquare, continues to raise his own bar in the GA space. I kid you not. Every airplane that comes out, the bar gets raised a little bit higher. I love them. I love BlackSquare aircraft. I think they are the pinnacle of GA flight sim. And it's a whole package deal between sounds, graphics, performance, everything. It's a whole package. Systems, flight model. We'll fly more with this. We'll fly the naturally aspirated one on the next GA stream. And shout out again, Say Intentions AI showing up. Loved having a couple real players flying along with me. Again, if you want to fly along with me in Say Intentions AI, check it out. Check out the trial mode. Let me know what you think, because honestly, if you guys remember what I said a couple years ago, I was like, well, I'm not interested in AI ATC. Say Intentions is not AI ATC. It's an AI service pack for your simulator. It adds so much immersion. VFR, IFR, real players, AI players. It's awesome. I feel like my sim is pretty much at its pinnacle awesomeness since we've had it. I feel like right now, Sim Update 5, Say Intentions, these BlackSquare airplanes coming out, everything we got is just, it's pinnacle for my sim. Enjoy it. Have a good rest of your evening. Thank you, AJ, for the TFDI. Steal the ERP for their sounds. Thanks for doing AJ. Thanks for flying along with us. Ryan Jens, thank you for the $2 super channel. Have a great night, boss. We'll see you. And on that note, thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy on V1. See you. Look at that shimmy. Look at that shimmy, Chad. Look at that. When that happens, just come off the brakes. So good. Watch that. Watch it develop. Holding too much pressure. There it goes. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Let it come off the brakes. Nose up a little bit. There you go. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. All right, I'm out of here.